In this video, we are going to see how to create a WordPress website from Elementor widgets. In the previous video, many people had a lot of doubts because it seemed to go from intermediate to advanced level. But in this video, I am going to follow only two methods. One is I have created an Elementor skill.md file. I will share that link in the description. You can mention that MD file and develop it further and start from there. Secondly, another thing is to create a folder called inspirations. We will take screenshots of each section and refer those screenshots. We can refer those screenshots and say create a widget for this section. We are going to set these two options and create a complete landing page for this video. Download the Elementor skill.md file from the description. Create a new folder in the plugin and put it in the MD file in that plugin folder. Similarly, create a folder called inspirations in the same folder. Rename the sections you need in order and structure them properly. I put the Elementor skill.md file and inspirations in the same folder. I got the master prompt. I gave the master prompt in anti-gravity and asked it to be created. Now each widget has come one by one. Now I am dragging each one. The next file structure has been created here. I am publishing. I am showing the full page here. This is coming from the hero section to the next section. We can fully customize each section up to the footer section. Everything works. I am clicking on the arrows. It also works. I am clicking on the arrows in the features section. It also works. Okay, let's see how to do this from the beginning. For example, here is the Elementor skill.md file. We have clearly mentioned everything in this. If you look here, you will see it clearly. How should this code structure be? How to properly create each Elementor widgets. I have arranged everything properly in this file. Then look at the inspirations folder. What I have done here is that I have wrapped the files of 8 sections. Here you can see a screenshot of 1 header section, 2 logo section and 3 feature section. Then 4 is the portfolio section. Look at the slider. Then in testimonial it will also have a dragging curve. Then FAQ will come in an accordion type. If you click, the answer will expand. Then 7 is the CTA section. There should be a CTA section below FAQ. Below that, this landing page should end with the footer section. What you can do for this is I have referred to unsection.com in a previous video. Now if you look here, each section has been properly referred here. If you click on the feature section related to that, references from multiple websites will come here. A specific reference will only come here. Further, everything is written here as if it is in a paid plan. But for the purpose of this video, I have basically referred and taken whatever is good in this. I have taken testimonial section. All the important sections necessary for a website like this can be seen in the tab section at the top. If you click on it, you will get multiple references of that particular section. You can take it with that. What I am doing here is, for example, I selected this contact section. That screenshot will load. Similarly, you will know which website is in this by clicking on the website at the top right corner. What I have done is I have right-clicked and said save as image. I have pasted it in the inspirations folder. In the same file, these two files are there. This Elementor skill.md file and inspiration are in these two folders. What I asked in Claude, I need a master prompt. I referred to these two files and asked that created a master prompt.md file. Now if you look here, each of our widgets have come. Hero, logo section, feature, portfolio, testimonial, FAQ, CTA, footer. In the correct order wise, it has come in the same way as we put it in the inspiration folder. For that, a separate CSS file structure and for that, a separate JS file structure have been given. That is, a JavaScript file structure has also been given. How did I improve this Elementor skill? That is, we have seen Anthropic's skills in previous videos, right? As a reference to that, I asked for Elementor skills. I made a lot of modifications to it. Trial and error came. Now I'm going to give you the final file. The link to that file is in the description. Now what we can do is, now give me a master prompt for Elementor add-on named my name. I will put this in a folder called Ansif Elementor add-on. There are all screenshot files in the inspiration folder. You refer to that. Similarly, refer to the Elementor skill.md file and create a master prompt for me. I asked like that. Now we have our own screenshot references, right? I have downloaded different screenshots. You would have downloaded different screenshots. But commonly we refer to the Elementor skill.md file. I asked Claude to combine all this and give us a master prompt. Now we have created it in the Elementor skill.md file. Now what I'm doing is I put this Elementor skill.md file, inspiration and master prompt.md file in an empty Elementor add-on plugin folder. This is running locally, so I put it here. After that, I have opened it in anti-gravity. In anti-gravity, see this Elementor widget fully. Everything is in that file in detail without missing any little things. It is enough if you refer to that in the AI code editor. After that, master prompt. All the necessary details in this particular project are available in this. Similarly, refer to the Elementor skill.md file and refer to the skill.md file in the front end in skills. Now is everything clear in total? Now what we are going to do is I'm going to refer to the master prompt and say start building. The reason is that everything on the left side is in a proper structure. Everything in this master prompt.md file is properly referred. We refer to the Elementor skill.md file. We refer to the skills main, and we also refer to the screenshots in inspiration folder. Now after analyzing everything, what we got is we got the implementation plan, we got the task listing. In the implementation plan, play for display and DM Suns are also referred. I'm okay with both those fan frames because it looks decent. Similarly, each control, what control should be given to the hero section, what style control, what layout is there is such a thing. For this, since there is no particular JS function in the hero section, it is said that there is no JS file. It is said that the CSS transition should also come in that button. This is what is needed for each file in detail in each place. For that, what we are going to mention in CSS, what we are going to mention in JS. Now in the logo.mq file, this infinite marquee, that is, it should be moving automatically. For that, the keyframes should also be translate X. X means horizontal. It is said that it should go horizontally. Similarly, pause should be paused if it is hovered. It should be paused only if we put the mouse in that place. This is what it says here. We did not mention this specifically. It has been analyzed in detail. Then you can see each file from here. If there is anything you have changed in this, you can say it in the command section, and if you give a proceed, it will be added to the command section. Consider it and proceed with the implementation plan. Now everything I have seen here is detailed. You can see the task listing. First, in the foundation phase, one of the plugin, then each phase has been created separately as widgets. Now I am giving a proceed in the implementation cloud. In that too, I have given it in Cloud Opus 4.6 and planning mode. Now it is creating each file, creating features, creating logo sections, creating hero sections, portfolio, testimonial, FAQ, CTA, then footer. When it comes to footer, I had some problems. The reason is that the limit of my Claude is over. Even though we use Gemini's Pro version, they give a very low rate limit for Claude models. Previously, they were giving a lot. It was not a quick total plugin. But now we have to retry in multiple sessions. Or after a few hours, we have to try after the rate limit of this AI model is reset. But what I am doing now is I will select Gemini 3.1 Pro and give it to continue. There are some problems with this. In Gemini 3.1, error handling is not that effective. That's why when I go further in this process, I will use Claude Code. I will tell you how to do that next time. Now the task list is completed from phase 1 to phase 10. In between, the rate limit of Claude is over, so it is closed. Now again, I have given Gemini 3.1 Pro to continue. Now it is completed. In plugins, I have already activated the Elementor. Also, I have activated the default WordPress theme. I think it is 2025. Now the Ansif Elementor add-on has been added. I will activate this. Now I will go to the sample page. I will delete all these. After deleting and folding all these, there is a category called Ansif Financial. Under that, our 8 widgets are set in order wise: hero, logo, features, portfolio, testimonial, FAQ, CTA, banner, and footer. That's how it is. If I drag it from here, you can see the preview on the right side. All the settings are available here. Since the sample page is the default WordPress page, I will leave it. I will create a new page. In the settings of this page, in the page layout below, I have selected the Elementor canvas page layout. Only then it will take the full width. It will take the full width and become blank. Here we can control the header and footer. In the Elementor canvas, I will drag each widget. I have dragged the hero section widget. In that, I will go to the container. If I click on the 3 dots in the container, the content width will be changed to full width. In advance, the padding will be zeroed, so the empty spaces will be gone. Now see how the hero section has been converted. The content has changed, the layout structure is the same. There is a dummy image here. We can replace the card image here, or we can easily replace the dashboard image or the image that is related to business. Then there is the logo section. In that too, the repeater field is set to the left side. Repeater field is this. Then the carousel is moving automatically here. I have put this in the same container. It is recommended to put it in different containers. It will be correct if you drag it below. Now what I am doing is I am dragging the logo and the feature card in another container. We can also put the full width and zero the padding. Okay, then I have dragged the portfolio section. I am putting the full width and zeroing the padding. That is also decent. It is not clicking here. Let's try it after publishing. Let's slide it. Then I am putting testimonial in another container. I am also putting full width and zeroing the padding. Then the FAQ section, I am putting full width and zeroing it. The CTA section, I am also putting full width and zeroing it. But because I put full width, the rounded corner, bottom and surrounding radius are not coming correctly. I think the full width will not be set. We can change it later. I will put full width in the footer and zero it. If I publish and reload, I can see that the arrows do not click properly here, but it slides. The arrows function does not come. In testimonials, if I click and drive, it comes automatically. Then even if I click FAQ, it does not open. I see that there is no error in the console as well. So we have to fix this properly again. In this, it is not good when the CTA section is already full width. We can put it as a box. In the footer, there was a conflict with this button. The right top and right bottom of the footer did not match. The other elements in the footer are also correct. Now I have put it in the box from full width. In the margin, I give 100 pixels at the bottom. Then the footer, and it will be a little different. Even if you give the top, there is a gap here. We can fix that by giving the top margin. For now, since I gave the bottom, I will leave leave it as it is. Now I am mentioning 3 issues in Gemini 3.1 in anti-gravity. I have clicked on the arrows in the features portfolio, but it did not work. Secondly, I click on the FAQ card, but it does not expand. I have said that nothing works. Thirdly, we saw a button called Let's Work Together, right? I took a screenshot of it and put it here. I have also said that the button looks hard. Now I will click on that image and show you. I have attached this image only. I have said that I will fix this, but even if I fix it further and wait for a while, I have changed all the files. I accept what I have changed. Even if I accept and reload, the fixes did not happen here. The fix has only happened in the FAQ, but if you click on the left side, empty spaces appear on the right side. Now if you click on the left side, the answer to which FAQ question we are clicking should only be known. Another question in the horizontal box opposite to that should not expand with white space like this. There is an issue here. I will take a screenshot and show you. I will explain it again in a little more detail. Slide arrows do not work anymore. The footer button has not been fixed yet. Similarly, FAQ has come up with a different problem. I will explain it clearly here. It says it is fixed, but if I reload it again, it is not fixed. Now what I am doing is I have a Claude code. I will go to that, select this folder and give trust. After that, analyze this project completely. Because for the first time, we are asking Claude code. Anti-gravity only has that memory. Claude does not have that memory. So I have told you to analyze this project completely and tell me what to fix. Now after analyzing it completely, it has given an overview. That is, there are 8 widget PHP files, 8 CSS files, 5 JS files, 1 main file. It has been analyzed completely now. After that, if you look at the issues found, it is a breaking bug. It is in the feature section, in the portfolio section, in the testimonial section. Similarly, there are security issues too. Claude has found it. Now, even if we specify specifically in anti-gravity, it will not fix it. But Claude has found so many issues and even security issues. Now, what we can do is let's fix those issues you found. Now, in this place, there is an auto accept editor. I will give it in Opus 4.6 and give it next. Now, it is analyzing each file and fixing all the issues it has found. After fixing, let's take a look. It has also given us a summary of this issue. It has also clearly explained what file has changed and what issues it has had. Now let's reload and see what has been fixed. Now there is no problem in the hero section. It is coming correctly. Now if you look here, Claude has not analyzed anything that we previously told Gemini twice and fixed it in one attempt. Now if you look at it, the arrows work properly. Similarly, the arrow in his work also works correctly. If we want to change the color of the arrow, we can change it. This also works properly. These two problems are not solved yet. The reason for this is that we have not told Claude about these two problems. Claude will know only if we show it visually. So I took a screenshot of the problem of FAQ and the problem of Let's Work Together in footer. Similarly, I am telling Claude to refer to this file in inspiration. The reason is that Claude can tell Claude that this is the original design I am exporting. After referring to that file, the button Let's Work Together looks hard. Similarly, I attached the screenshot of the check first button. After that, I referred to the file inspiration from the inspiration folder called 08footer.webp. After that, if you open it in FAQ, if you open it on the left, it will open in full height on the right. It expands on the opposite side. It's not good. I said that. Let's try to fix it in one attempt. Finally, it gave a summary like this. Now I am reloading. I am opening FAQ. It did not expand properly on the opposite side. Only what we click expands. Only that shows the answer. So this is a proper fix. Okay, one. Then next we gave the inspiration file, right? Similarly, even if you convert it exactly, this button has been converted in a unique style for us. So this styling is great. Only in hover there is an error in a half round. We can fix it properly, or even if it's a simple CSS fix, we can write it in a code. So that's not a problem. Now we have created these landing pages with the Google Anti-Gravity. We got the master prompt from Claude. In Google Anti-Gravity models, the rate limit has been reduced a lot, even though it's our pro version. That's why I used Claude Code and continued further. Within 1 or 2 interactions, whatever issues we had, Claude Code fixed it and gave it to us. But Gemini 3.1 model did not build these widgets that effectively. It has built at a base level to some extent. That's true. It has built well from the front end. That's not a problem. But when it comes to error handling, Claude Code performs much better here. We can use it with a free rate limit according to our workflow. Even though we have Claude Code's pro version, there are rate limits in it. If we use more than a limit, we should be sitting in a 5-hour window. In the Elementor video we uploaded previously, since there is a lot of confusion, we have created an Elementor skill.md file like skill.md file. Based on that, you just need to put screenshots of each section in the inspiration folder. You can refer to these two files and get the master prompt. All you have to do is refer to the master prompt.md file and give the project a start. Total WordPress Elementor add-on plugin will be created. Based on all the screenshots and inspirations we have given, we will create it. With this process, we can effectively deliver the WordPress website to our client. Further content changes and image changes can be managed by using the visual editor. The skill.md file I mentioned in this video has a link in the description. You can download it from there. I have simplified the workflow to the the extent that it can be simplified. If you like this process, please like this video. If you have any further questions, please let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video. Thank you.